We are back, and we want to update you on this demonstration that is weaving its way through the loop right now, an anti-ICE demonstration that's been active since about 3:30 or 4 this afternoon. Started with a relatively small crowd, but it has grown considerably, and we do understand now that police have arrested some people while they try to control this crowd. Let's check in with our Sabrina Franza. She is on the ground right now. What's the latest, Sabrina?
Hey, Joe, we're standing right now at the corner of State and Monroe, where it does appear that Chicago police have taken at least one person that we witnessed into custody. It's not clear why that person was taken into custody, but the crowd that has been walking through the loop is now walking this way down Monroe and was surrounding. Okay, we're trying to figure out exactly what happened here. It appears as if something has happened to a police officer. We're trying to figure out exactly what happened. There's somebody that's on the ground. There's somebody who went through the protest. Okay, a red car drove through the protest is what I'm now hearing. We're now trying to just get a little bit closer to see exactly what happened. One person, at least one person is hurt, is now on the sidewalk here. Our photojournalist is now walking ahead as we're trying to figure out what else might have happened here. There's a large crowd now gathered at the corner of Monroe and Wabash, surrounding some of the people that were hit or are seeking some sort of treatment. It seems like they might just be panic here. A young child is now on the ground. It appears as if they either are scared or might have been hurt. Police are surrounding them here. And at this corner, protesters seem to be covering maybe one of the victims with a sign to try to either protect their privacy or to get them some help here.
Yeah, we're hoping,
Joe,
Sabrina,
just very chaotic scene.
Right as we came to you there, Sabrina, I think the car had just gone through. Skywatch was able to catch it, and luckily when we saw it, it didn't hit anyone, but that car was coming very close to a number of the demonstrators, and we're seeing it now on the screen as that car continues to weave through downtown. Skywatch is overhead. It doesn't appear at this point as if there are any police officers who have either tracked it or found it, but Skywatch is overhead right now with a beat on this vehicle as it continues to run lights and weave its way through downtown. But as far as you can tell, Sabrina, was anyone hit where you are there?
It did seem like there was at least one person that might have fallen. I don't know, Joe, if it was in relation to the car that drove by or if that person just happened to be pushed out of the way in some way. There are some children that were here because there were a lot of families here earlier that just kind of pulled over to the side, were being consoled by their parents, and some police went to go check on them. But now there is the crowd now trying to, I guess, follow maybe where this car was going. It's mass confusion, really, trying to understand exactly what happened. But I did not see anybody with an actual physical injury, just possibly somebody that fell, needed some sort of consolation or help in some way. Thankfully, I haven't seen anybody with any actual injuries.
It is tough to tell where this vehicle is right now, perhaps Michigan, but it was, at least as of a minute or two ago, near Lake. You could see the L tracks. But this car is continuing to make its way around traffic, stopped at times behind cars lined up, but then continuing to go. And again, as we've said, at this point, there are no officers in sight anyway of where this vehicle is. We can hear the sirens as they perhaps give chase to this vehicle, but we'll continue with Skywatch to stay overhead so we can try to get a location, a better location as to where this vehicle is right now. But you can see it speeding along now. And I don't know if our chopper can hear, but if it's possible to back off a little bit so we can sort of try to get an idea of where this vehicle is. It's hard to tell because we're in so tight. And it's also important this is very difficult for the photographers in our Skywatch to stick with this. As you see there, you have buildings in the way and there are underpasses, overpasses. It's difficult to stay with a car that's moving at this speed, especially. Okay, so it's southbound on State and just past 14th. So southbound now, we know it is heading on State, so we'll continue to keep an eye on where this goes. You can see cars in front now pulling over, seeing this fast-moving vehicle coming up. But the scariest part of this, if you're just joining us, happened as this vehicle plowed through the line of demonstrators, and that was near State and Monroe. It appears, according to our reporter on the scene there, Sabrina Franza, that no one was hit. That's the good news, because as soon as Skywatch picked this vehicle up, it almost hit a number of those demonstrators who were in the street on State. But here's the car is pulled over now. And again, we're on State and making a turn now. We'll try to get a better location as to where this street is that it's turning onto. It's hard to tell who's driving there at that point too, and if there's more than one person in the vehicle. Yeah, but that was definitely a scary moment as that car. We've seen it before, clearly, where people are hit in these demonstrations or parades or other celebrations where cars plow through these groups of people. It appears again, in this case, luckily, no one was hit. The car has come to a stop here after turning off State Street. It looks like he's heading toward the Stevenson. But he has stopped at the light here. Clark and Cermak, is that where it is, Nancy? Okay, Clark and Cermak. Good grief, here are people crossing the street, I hope. What is happening here? Oh, the car is stalled apparently, and these folks are thinking they're helping by pushing the vehicle out of the way. Although it doesn't look like they're pushing, does it? It looks like the car's still moving. Okay, now the driver's getting out. All right, Clark and Cermak is the intersection where we are. And you can see this vehicle that was involved in this scary incident as it plowed through the demonstrators who were at State and Monroe has come to a stop, and now it looks like these folks are pushing the vehicle, so now it's taking off. Okay, and again, it's unclear at this point if the police even know where this vehicle is. So I'm not sure if CPD is following along, but the car has just passed through Clark and Cermak, heading. All right, he's just missed, I think, the turn that would have taken him to the Stevenson. So, or she, I should say, that now that we know who's gotten out of the car. Okay, now the left turn, or nope, straight through. And look at, oh, how close it came to that. Oh, this is frightening. And here's another example of how hard it is to follow these vehicles. Chris, I'm talking to our executive producer here. I probably, just for the sake of the viewers watching, do we have a delay on this? I'm asking out loud because I don't know. Okay, there's no delay. So what we're watching here, folks, is live. And as a result, we should all be warned that whatever happens here, we can't delay or stop before whatever might unfold happens. So we'll continue to track this vehicle. And here we go now. We're going to probably have a difficult time picking this vehicle back up on the other side as Skywatch starts to flip over. Okay, as we continue to follow this vehicle, let's check back in with Sabrina, who's on the ground where this car just moments ago raced through a crowd of demonstrators. Sabrina, do you have any updates on whether anybody's been hurt?
Joe, right now it seems like the crowd has moved on without a hitch. They're continuing underneath the L train tracks, still protesting what they've been doing for the last few hours here. Unclear, like I mentioned, if anybody's been physically hurt. It does not seem so. I have not seen any ambulances on the ground here. Just protesters continuing to march. At the time the car drove by, of course, we were talking to you, and we were looking ahead, talking about the arrests that have been made so far this afternoon. Only a handful, possibly 2 arrests we're hearing on the ground now. When that car drove through and we heard a woman who was standing just beside us wail with fear, had no idea exactly what was happening. It's unclear, of course, if there's any connection to this protest or why this car was driving through what police had already blocked off at all, but people here pulling off to the side, some of the families that were here for the protest earlier, consoling their children that were on the ground here, and those who are protesting, like I mentioned, continuing to do so while this search presumably begins for this car that drove through this protest. In the video you're watching right now, you can see that car underneath the L train tracks. Just remarkable video and completely shocking to see this happen in the middle of a protest that is hundreds and hundreds of people large.